physically not capable. Have you dealt with any of that?
We've had members of the group talk about that because one of the things with chronic health conditions is that they're very different for different people. Everybody's situation is different. And these diseases, they're very different than acute conditions. Like an acute condition like a broken bone or appendicitis, you know what to do for it and it's pretty much curable, it's easy to manage, it's after a period of time you're going to get better. With chronic conditions, they go on and on. They're persistent, they're generally long-term.
Is that degenerative arthritis? Is
that would be considered a chronic condition.
And you can help people with that?
And one person with degenerative arthritis might be in a stage of that disease where they can still manage pretty well and get around, but another person might not be able to get up off of a couch without assistance. So that's one of the frustrations that a lot of people do experience with these chronic health conditions. And so there are going to be some people who employment is going to be one of their issues, but for other people, they're able to manage their condition in a way that they can still work.
Do you ever use self-hypnosis, which is a form of therapy? Does that ever come into it?
We do talk a little bit about meditation.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many different options. Some people have religious beliefs and things that they do in their religion. Other people use meditation. Other people use distraction, better breathing techniques. There are so many that we touch upon, and we do have some activities that we do. We do some distraction activities. We give some tips on how to breathe better.
And there's no charge for this.
No.
Camille and I will join. I hear this thing about brainstorming. Do you have a topic called brainstorming?
We do. And brainstorming is something we do quite a bit in this group. And I'll give you an example. If somebody returns one week and says, I really wasn't successful with my action plan, as a group, we brainstorm ways that person maybe could be successful the next time. And when we brainstorm, what we do is we just put out a question or an idea, and we have everyone in the group just tosses out ideas, and Marilyn or I write them up on a board. And then once all the ideas are out, we look at them, we discuss them, and it's just a way for everyone to just kind of really look at sort of the broad spectrum of what are possibilities, and the group really pulls together to try and figure out all those possibilities. And from that list of 20 things, there might be 2 or 3 that each individual might want to try.
That is excellent, because otherwise it would be so easy for someone to get discouraged if they tried something and maybe it didn't work out. But to be able to come back and know that they have the full support of everyone there to contribute to their success, I bet you that makes a world of difference.
I actually met somebody who took a course several months ago, and they said it made such a difference in their lives, and it made a difference in their life with their family too. So you're really doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
And one of the things too about chronic conditions is a lot of them today, what are chronic conditions, used to be acute conditions. And they, like heart disease, for instance, a lot of times people would die of a heart attack. But now, with all of the medical intervention and prevention, these things then become chronic. Even cancer at times is a chronic condition today because of the treatment. It's great news. It's just that I think people have to change their expectations. First of all, that doesn't mean a death sentence. And secondly, it may be not curable, but they can live with it. And that's where that idea of calling it management is so important, I think.
It is, and we do have part of one of the sessions is to talk about the difference between acute conditions, the treatments in acute conditions versus the treatments in chronic conditions, and how it is a progression of life, and how you can be successful in managing your own health, even with the ups and downs that go with life in general. It's hard enough, to just manage your own life, but to also have to manage your own health condition. These self-management tools are really helpful.
Yeah, instead of managing your money, you're managing your pain. That's interesting. Well, we're going to go into You've Got to Be Kidding, but why don't you just wind up and summarize again about the course and who they call.
So this is a 6-week course. We meet every week for 2.5 hours. and it's called My Life, My Health. And we have
great.
information about it on the HESSCO website, which is www.HESSCO, which is HESSCO.org. And if you go on there, you'll find out information, and then you can actually enter your name in to say that you'd like more information about when the next workshop is, and one of us will contact you.
That's great. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. This
So
is excellent.
I think right now we're going to go into You've Got to Be Kidding. Now, You've Got to Be Kidding. For you to join, all you got to do is say, you've got to be kidding. But, you know, say it like you mean it. Okay.
So what do we have in our goodies today?
Well, well, the first one, you know, like pain management. Because you ever see like somebody, maybe they drink too much, or they get the shakes. It says, doctor, somebody's going to the doctor. Doctor, you've got to help me. I just can't stop shaking. So, so the doctor says, do you drink a lot? And then you go, not really, I spill most of it. You've got to be kidding. Oh, very good, very good.
And then there was a woman who went to the doctor on behalf of her husband, because the husband didn't like to go to doctors, but he was having problems. So she went to the doctor and said, doctor, you know, my husband has a pain in his left hip and he's having trouble walking. I don't know what to do because he won't come to the doctor. And the doctor said, oh no. He said, he doesn't really have the pain. He just thinks that he does. She said, oh, okay. So she went home, and then a couple weeks later, she came back, and he said to her, well, how's your husband doing? And she said, well, not so good. She said, this time he thinks he's dead. Well,
you've got to be kidding. So he was dead.
You think so, anyway.
Do you ever? And this is what's funny. Do you ever see the advertisements on TV? Take whatever it is. Take orangivitis, and it will cure your breathing problems. Although watch out for the side effects. It may cause dizziness, drowsiness, death, suicidal tendencies, anxiety, anger at others. And then it says, if you experience any of these. So in other words, if you're dead or want to kill yourself, go then call your doctor.
The reason why it helps with those things that it's supposed to help with is because the other problems are so much worse. You don't realize you have them.
Yeah, I had. You got to be kidding. I had a friend who was taking the cholesterol. Everybody's taking cholesterol medicine. This is manager cholesterol, and she says, well, the cholesterol was giving her high blood pressure, so they gave her a medicine for the high blood pressure. The high blood pressure was causing something else, you know, breaking out or something, so they were giving medicine for that. She said she finally went in and said to the doctor, I hear a bell, and said to the doctor, I'm not taking anything anymore. That's it. Forget it. So, so she did. She stopped taking it, and she said her mother had high cholesterol, and this one had high cholesterol. And somebody's phone is ringing, but we're gonna forget about it. It's probably some doctor calling saying, "You've got to be kidding!" You know, there goes cholesterol medicine. Let's see, do we have another one? Oh yeah, this one's a riot. We're doing the jokes instead of. So sometimes people do, like, you know, you do something for somebody. My brother loaned these people a car and brought them groceries and this and that, you know, to let the people get this is in Florida, to have them get an opportunity to get back on their feet. He was part of this organization. And a year later, after using this car that he gave him, they said, your car broke down, come and get it, piece of junk.
Oh,
so there you go, you've got to be kidding.
You've got to be kidding.
But here, a man walked into the doctor's office. We'll wind this up with this. He has a cucumber up his nose, a carrot, not an Arrott, but a carrot in his left ear, and a banana in his right ear. What's the matter with me, he asked the doctor. The doctor replies, you're not eating properly.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah, but these are good. We ought to take them to, you know, we have a live at the library where we have different shows every few months. The library has us bringing them there. And, you know, different topics, and and everything. We've run the gamut, but we have people go, you've got to be kidding.
Well, yeah, the good thing about this topic, in all seriousness, is as we opened up with pointing out that the healthcare industry, insurance, there's more and more expectation that people will manage their own health.
Yes.
So this is excellent because chronic conditions are here to stay, and they're probably going to continue, and it puts the responsibility and the support where it belongs.
So remember.
So that's great, and thank you very much.
Oh, you're
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you
for having
thank
us.
you. Oh, our pleasure.
Remember to watch us on every Monday and Wednesday, but also we have Live at the Library every couple of months, and we're running now the show in 11 towns. So please, this again is the show that we want to help you with any questions you might have related to financial or insurance or legal issues. Please continue to watch and let us hear from you, because this is your show, the law, your money,
And you.